there, Angie's here. Today I'm going to be sharing Ruth's birth story, and honestly I was very scared, and just because my first experience was very painful, I had this expectation that the second one will be similar or close to similar, even though everyone told me that no, it will be fast. Let me just close the door. Second one is always fast, but I'm like, not that fast, right? So I was preparing myself for a painful one, and guys, it was a miracle birth experience. Let me start with preparation. This time around I was preparing myself. In third trimester I started drinking raspberry leaf tea and eating dates. Also, I read somewhere that you can eat pineapple, that pineapple also helps, and I'm like, okay, pineapple it is. So I bought pineapple and I started eating pineapple, especially the closer to due date, like almost every other day I would eat pineapple. Let me bring baby girl here. Besides that, I started exercising, more like stretching, mild circus. Where, for example, you will put your legs on the sofa and your elbows on the ground, and in that position you will stay like for as long as you can. Another one you'd walk on the curbside, one leg goes up, another one goes down, and you just walk like that. I'm sure 100% they helped me with opening up and wrapping my cervix. So we scheduled an induction this time around. I didn't want to go further with this pregnancy, like 41 week or 42 weeks. So when I was 40 weeks and 1 day, we scheduled an induction. And a week before that, I forgot to mention, I had a call with my doula. And I was asking her also, to give me advice, to help me to prepare for this birth, because I didn't want to do the epidural this time around. So I asked her, she's like, you can do also the breathing technique, you can do, there is hypnosis that a lot of ladies are doing. I'm like, I'm not sure about that, I'm Christian. She's like, well, it's not necessarily a hypnosis, it's more like you breathing, like you learning the breathing technique that will help you to prepare basically mentally, not just physically but also mentally, that will help you to prepare. So she recommended me this app. It's called Christian Hypnobirth, and I signed up. So the week before induction I was listening to that app every day, and most importantly I was doing the breathing technique that was one of the tracks that was in the app. It's more like Bible verses that helps you to prepare for giving birth and to tolerate the pain. So I was doing that, and then on Saturday, on the day of my induction, I woke up in the morning, we got ready, we prepared. I prepared myself for at least 3 days to stay in the hospital. Just because with the first one we stayed for the whole week. Yeah, I was like, no, let me, at least prepare for 3 days and then we'll go from there. So we came to the hospital in the morning. Everything was beautiful, I don't feel any pain, and it's so different when you're coming to the hospital and you have zero pain, and when you're coming to the hospital with the contractions. And I know, they say you have to listen to your body, don't be in a rush, don't run to the hospital, don't do the induction. Well, in my case it was needed, I would say, because my baby was already 8 pounds, 8 pounds something. So imagine if I would still continue carrying her. I'm pretty sure she would be all 9 pounds. So yeah, they started giving us Pitocin at 9 a.m. and by 2 a.m. still no pain, like zero, I don't feel anything, but I was already dilated 2 centimeters. I was very excited about that. I'm like, okay, that's a good beginning. And throughout this whole time I was just continuing doing exercises like not exercises, doing different things with the ball, like, you know, coming, jumping, moving around, doing all those things. So my midwife, she was a like kind of like old lady, which I loved. Honestly, like she was the best. And comparing to the first one, which I didn't share, I'm sorry, that was my first video with Elijah. I had doctor, and that doctor was not nice. Like she was very pushy, like she was in a rush, I don't know, she was not helpful. She was just, you know, pushing me. You have to do this, you are too like slow or something, which I didn't like. So with this time around, I had midwife. Her name is Irene. In case you will be giving birth in Peace Health, you have to ask for her. At 4 p.m. when my midwife comes and she checks me, she says, "You are dilated 17 centimeters." I'm like, 7? There is no way it's 7. She's like, "Yes, 7." I was surprised because I was expecting, since it's induction, I thought they would put like balloon, you know. It happened in a natural way, and I was so happy and excited. So I guess all the good news helped me, and like helped me, you know, to continue doing what I was doing and breathing. And I think after 4 p.m. my painful contractions started. My doula texted me, "Do you want me to come?" And I'm like, or can I go home and quickly have dinner? I'm like, "Yeah, sure, you can go home and have dinner, and then you can totally come." So just if you're doing induction and you have doula, they will only come when you start having the painful contractions. But I let her go home first and eat dinner. So she was supposed to come like at 6ish. Yeah, and so at 4 p.m. I was dilated 7. The midwife also did the, if I say it right, membrane sweep? No, membrane sweep, I think so. That's how it's called. From there I started feeling the contractions. Like they were painful. From 4 to 5, it was like a drastic change. I was fully dilated, I was in pain, and I was ready to give birth. So all the nurses, midwife, they all came in. They started like, you know, asking if I need any help. They started preparing everything for baby girl. You know, I was expecting that it would happen probably somewhere, I don't know, at night, closer to morning, like 4 a.m. I was not prepared that it will happen this fast. But they told me, "Yeah, you are dilated, everything is fine, everything looks great, heartbeat is great, no worries, so it can happen now anytime." I was very excited about that. So this time my plan was to give birth not laying on my back, but squatting. So I asked I asked nurse to bring me like a bar that they put on the bed, basically, that you hold onto, and like you were squatting basically. I said that I want to go back to the bed because this whole time I was on the ball. While they were trying to prepare and set up the bar, I faced the bed. I put it like in a sitting position, and I faced the bed, and I hugged the bed. Husband was trying to help to do the massage and everything. I was like, "Please don't touch me because I'm so hot right now." Like it feels like, you know, I'm in the sauna. So all of a sudden I feel like, you know, her head is pushing down there, and it started to be actually really painful, and I even screamed and my water broke close to 6 p.m. By that time, as if you remember, my doula was supposed to come, but of course we were like, you know, in the process of active labor. So there was this sweet nurse. She was with me throughout the whole day. Time for her to go home because they changed shift at 7 p.m. if I remember right. And she even told me, "Oh, I hope everything will go well, and my next shift is on Wednesday." And I'm like, oh yeah, hopefully we won't be here by that time. She's like, no, sure you won't be here. And she's like, oh, I'm so sad I won't see your girl. And I'm like, yeah, me too. But she was actually there, and that sweet nurse was telling me, okay, you can do this time, just push the hardest you can. And I don't know, 10 minutes later, 15 20 minutes later, I'm not sure exactly, but at 6 p.m., and if I remember right, 20 minutes, baby girl was born. She just, like, it's so different that I thought that giving birth is very painful. So the first time I decided I'm not going to tolerate this pain. Well, it was painful because it was long, probably, and I asked for epidural. And this time my plan was to go without epidural, and I'm so happy I did. Baby girl arrived safely. We had a golden hour. She was on me, and then for maybe 20 minutes, maybe less, she still had the umbilical cord and it was pulsing. That was the plan. And honestly, it was so uncomfortable that, like, I asked for my husband to cut it because it was just very uncomfortable. Also think like my placenta was still inside, so I just wanted them to finish and to stitch me, because again I had the second level degree tear, so I just wanted them to finish everything. They numbed me, and the sweet midwife did everything. It was still kind of difficult recovery, slow recovery, just because I was dealing by myself with 2 kiddos. Husband went back to study in another state. This time around it was still different, just because baby girl, she sleeps well, she eats well. Like, honestly, I'm not trying to compare, but Elijah had colics, and it was just like for 2 hours he would cry non-stop. Baby girl, she cries of course as well, but it's easier to manage her. You just give her milk, or you just hold her and she's fine. So I'm so grateful that she's like that. So that was my beautiful story. I'm so grateful to Peace Health team. They are really amazing. If you're in Vancouver, Washington, with the first one I gave birth at Legacy, and I also can compare. To me, Peace Health is better, so I would definitely choose Peace Health again. And yeah, so we were discharged 24 hours later, just like that. They did all the testing on baby girl, like hearing, I think something else, jaundice. So Sunday evening we were already home. Normally they don't do that fast, like they don't do the next day, they let you stay. But husband asked, since he had a flight Monday morning, so he asked if it's possible, and they said yeah, we can do that, and it happened. So that was the story. Very beautiful. And I just want to let you know that if you do want to go unmedicated. What? Okay, thank you, son. If you want to go unmedicated, if you want to try by yourself without epidural, but you don't know where to start and how to prepare yourself, dates, tea, pineapple the last trimester, lots of exercise, like safe exercise of course, lots of walking, stretching, do all those things, and breathing technique. Learn how to breathe. Another recommendation will probably be when you have contractions, whether you'll be induced or a natural birth, completely natural birth, don't just lay on bed and wait. No, continue doing all those things that you did before, and at least for me, my personal experience, giving birth like squatting or sitting or being on your knees is better, way better than laying on your back. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.